Microphone has not been working, has it, guys? My deepest apologies. Let's start this again. So, as I was saying, sorry guys, my apologies. Yes, so the park is now 100% finished. There is always more to finish, but welcome to the stream, guys. My deepest apologies. I've gone very, very red now. Right, start again. So where was I? Yeah, I've just put this here just to let people know, just in case they don't read the directions on the Steam page when it eventually goes live. But we've vegged up the edge here, so this is now minimalistically done. Just a little bit of hedgerow really and a few rocks, nothing major, but it just ties the area together well. So all out here is done. I got rid of the taxi. We're not doing cars because it's 7 pieces for every car. It's too many pieces, guys. It's too many pieces. So the entrance, I've left the Union Jack flags in just to kind of represent me really more than anything. We do have this wonderful sign here. You leave today and enter the world of tomorrow. Yesterday, tomorrow and fantasy. Love it. Get flower pots, got rid of the screens because they were just weighing a bit heavy. You could actually tell they were in the park, which was insane. Yeah. So here we are. We have Main Street, guys. We have our little Christmas shop in the corner here. Not usable, just decorated. Disney Park always has one, so why not do one? We've got the back of the station here for the train. You enter through this side, up the barrier, and then out of the park. And now you can see what I mean, just by having a little bit of kind of hedgerow in those rocks just makes all the difference to the look of that. So that's now sorted. And then we follow the queue round, and then you see the train in this wonderful looking station. And you get some epic views here, just as you kind of exit the ride. Pretty cool. Which also brings you out over towards the rapids, so you get a little sneak peek of the rapids, which is quite cool, and then back down into the main area. So shops are all done. I haven't done anything to them, so they're still all the same. They're just slightly set back. No interiors or anything, as you all know. But we've got the main castle section here with the partner statue. And then I kind of directed everybody to go off into the Adventureland area because I thought that was kind of the best way to go around the park, because you get a bit of everything. And then we have the Jungle River Rapids to the left here, which looks awesome. Castle of Magical Dreams Fan 2021. Are you going to release it on Steam Workshop? It will be ready for the weekend. I just need to do some videos. I've got some... I'm trying to get some 4K videos. I've recorded it all, but for some reason I can't edit it. So I'm just trying to sort all that out. Once I've done all that, it will go live. But it is up on there and it's available for Johnny and Batch. So it's just not publicly available yet. So we have a little food court here underneath a kind of semi-Mayan-esque kind of temple there, which looks quite cool. We have the train goes through the center just here. And every now and then you'll see just over the top here that the Pirate Getaway coaster comes through. So that's all done. Yeah, so we'll go for a little ride on the Jungle River Rapids. We will put it into night mode. It's kind of the better view of this ride in the queue anyway. So I did add some little bits, just some fascia detail here the other day to it. And I love this queue line. It's so atmospheric. It's unbelievable. It just feels so good. Simple but effective. Yeah, it's it'll be on the workshop very soon, guys. Very soon. I just want to get the videos done for it, just so that people can see before they try, or however you want to put it. So we'll go for a little ride here. Let's grab the correct. There we go. Tell you what we'll do. Guest facing, I think. This one. Hey Benji. All good, my man. Yourself? So we're just going for a little walk and tour of the park. One final tour, really. That's what the whole video is about. Walk and ride of everything. Yeah, give you guys a full insight to how it all is finished, really. But this was one of the first builds in the park. Literally one of the first builds after Main Street and the castle went in. Along with the pirate Main Street, not the rides, but the Main Street. So this, believe it or not, is about a year and a bit's worth of work, already a year old. You know what I mean? That long ago I made this. Some would say I could do a bit more in here, but I quite like it plain. I just like the way the lighting is. It kind of just reminds me that it's Planko a little bit. I just didn't want to chuck another 200 pieces in this whole thing, so I just lined it out with these gold trim bits just to give it that little bit, and it's more about lighting again. Yeah, it'll be due for release very, very soon. Not long. I've just had to pass it to a couple of parties to do their bit, and then I'll release it. To be fair, I could click the button now, but I want to get the videos done. I haven't got any proper videos done for all the rides. I've recorded them all, so I just got to edit them, put them all together. I've got to do a bit more queue work recording, but apart from that, that's about it. But like I say, it's trying to get the 4K editing to work. But yeah, just the simple river rapids here, guys. The key to this more than anything is probably the theming, just the way that it's done. You know, you can't see any of the trough, literally any of the trough. Apart from in the splash landing on here, and I think going through the waterfall section at the beginning, you get a little bit of the woodwork go around the bottom, but apart from that, that's about it. But yeah, it's just cool, chilled kind of river rapids with a steep drop, just because of the way the game dynamics work, really. Kind of whips you around there, but that's the fun part, I guess. And then you kind of come into this little water curtain here, which cuts off, which is really cool. And then we just head back round to the station. But you can see I've literally tried to theme everywhere. So there's very rarely any bland spots at all of terrain or treescape or anything like that. It's pretty much all covered. Train going off to the right. And we're back into the station, guys. So yeah, there you go. So that's the Jungle River Rapids. And then you come out through this lovely queue exit way, should we say. And you get to go and see all the way through. And you've got these lovely backdrops, you know, and I've positioned the trees so they kind of cover up the castle, but the castle's always peeking through. You just get some good shots, really. And then over here you get to see them come down there. And then I think over here, yeah, you get to see them come around the waterfall. How cool is that? And then obviously the rest of the ride is then up the hill. So, but yeah, then as you come around, you got the top spin called Kukulkan's Curse. And basically you just kind of, this was more than anything just to kind of get views in for stuff. The kind of queue line, it works well. Look, you got the train poking through there. And then as you come through, again, you got the train. I've got them in test mode. But you get some good views of the area, and the same into this area some points. But, yeah. And then you got the top spin. Does anyone want to go on the top spin, or yeah, I'll tell you what, let's just do it anyway. Worst moment to click it. Yeah, my apologies for the mic being off at the beginning now. It was because I was recording those videos and I noticed the microphone was on whilst I was recording. So I just clicked mute on it. And obviously that's why it wasn't on. Apologies, guys. But yeah, there you go. You get some views. It looks pretty cool. Looking around the area. The entrances, the area signs, everything. It looks pretty good. The castle. And we are literally being lowered upside down. Right, that'll do. That's making me queasy. Not sure about you guys. But where were we? So, Pirates Cove. You come in and immediately to your left you have Pirate Getaway. Which I have got a sign on there saying best at night now, which obviously it is, because it goes into the dark ride. And then to the right we just have kind of pirate theming. Statue of Captain Lockjaw, and then just around the corner of the B-Day is Captain Lockjaw himself, meet and greet. So that's all done. We do have a kind of more open restaurant area, a little bit more subdued on the lighting than this little one here, but this was a little blueprint I did last year, and I thought, you know what, it kind of suits it. And I thought I do want a little bit of yellow lighting, so that kind of coincides with it a little bit more, you know what I mean? Just gives it that. I didn't want any really yellow lighting on here, so that's come out well. So we'll just go for a little ride on Pirate Getaway, guys. Help me hearties. But you come into this kind of like little kind of broad walk area. So this is the queue way up to the station, which is over here. And then I finally got everything to stop flickering on here. So it's all good. And then you kind of got the Redcoats Castle. Just here. To be fair, there could have been a couple more Redcoats, but anyway, it is what it is now. And then you come up into the station. And then we'll just pause it, guys. And we'll grab a carriage. Here we go. So a little go on Pirate Getaway, and then we'll make our way around to Pirate Adventure. And then we'll go around Funderland. Not Funderland, Frontierland. So idea of this coaster is it's pirate getting away, getting out of jail. That's kind of it really. In and out the castle, through a kind of harbour area. Into the other ride, explodes through the two boats that are having a battle on the other ride. Yeah, you kind of end up with this. I've been to Disney World, Florida quite a number of times, and Paris, and it's just inspired from memory really. That it's not a recreation, it is just a pure inspiration as to the reason why we have these rides. So I just wanted it to feel like a Disney park, because it has kind of the similarities to what the parks actually have. It's kind of pulling that off. I hope you guys all seem to agree. Raining here as well, Maud. It's a horrible day today. It's that misty rain, like a foggy rain all day. Hope you're good, my friend. Hey Remley, sorry I missed your comment earlier. I was Scarlet and everybody, my apologies. Hope you're all having a good day. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's Pirate Getaway. Does the job quite nicely. No worries, Soup. It was all I mean by it is you know, if you've seen pictures and stuff like that, it kind of has that vibe of what Disney kind of puts out, as in having everything themed and cohesively immersive. It just all works perfectly. And it's a shame we have to have the signs up. We got to have the signs up because people don't look in other places. So then as we come out the exits, you got a couple of skulls all lit up. The gems in the eyes lit up as well on both, on all actually. So as you go round, you'll see everyone has those done, which is quite cool. Could have spent a few more bits along here, but I didn't want to because it wasn't really needed. It's only an exit way. But then you kind of exit into the entrance of the pirate adventure, which is just down here. So the queue comes down from here and through over to the other side here. And I'll show you one of my favourite views in the park in a second. But everything's themed. Everything's got a little bit of theming. So even if you look back on yourself to where the coaster comes into the brake run, there's cannons, there's boats, there's, you know, all the barrels and everything, chimneys, the odd palm tree, the train comes through. I mean, how cool is that? Just adds another little element to it. And then you kind of come out in the combined exit. Hey Sam, how you doing, buddy? And then you have Pirate Adventure, which basically is this one here. Hey Kayla, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're having a good day. But as we come down the queue line, we're into the cobblestone. I would love to go to Efteling. I've never done it. We want to do the Netherlands and the Germany parks. Hey MP, how you doing, dude? You good? We're just having a full walk round. We've made our way round the adventure area so far. Had a few rides. We've been on Pirate Getaway. And then you kind of come down into this fully immersive area. And again, you got the train coming through. It just adds just another little bit of life to it. And then fully themed up, fully trimmed, fully done. Great vibe. Got a little parrot. One of my favourite views is... it's this side. I don't know why. It's when the boat goes and comes in, it just looks so good. I don't know, it just looks so real. I think what it is because when you look at the normal station, you'll see I've got these angled pieces here. There's where the ledges actually are, so you get this massive overhang. And I think just having those brought in and made it look as though it's a dock, it kind of works quite well. But we'll have a go on this, guys. Just pause it up. Spoil that. Put it bang in the middle. Enjoy, guys. But thanks for joining the stream, everybody. The park is fully finished. It will be live by the end of the week on the Steam Workshop for you all to download and enjoy. But I must warn you, it is quite a heavy park. So subject to your system, it may or may not work. Alright, so I can't promise anything. I tried my best. Cheers, Benji. I've tried my hardest to make it look how it does without doing 200,000 pieces. You know, that could have quite easily happened if I'd done all the behind the scenes stuff, all the aircon units, all the bits and bobs you would normally do. But because I've detracted from doing those and put everything into the visual aspect of the game, so... oh, bless you, mate. I'm full of energy at the minute, which is nice. I love how that lightning looks so good. It really does. Hopefully the levels are okay, guys. I'm a little bit... I've been playing around with levels today because I've been recording, so my apologies. I don't know the official figure, Super, but it was around 129,000 pieces, I think, which I know is not a huge amount compared to some people. You know, I know Phantom, who unfortunately isn't here at the minute, which is unusual. He's at 250,000 pieces already. He's only half done on his park, and he's been spent 7 years on it. So you kind of sit there and go, how do people build at 247,000 pieces? You must have to click the screen about 4 times to place one piece. But anyway, that's the downer to the game. We're not going there. Well, I'm glad we slowed this ride down now. You get a lot more view of the boat here. See a little bit more of the detail. I think it works. I've been sensible with everything, you know. There's only a couple of rides, this and the Haunted Mansion and the shooting ride, 3 rides then, that are hugely trigger happy, only because of the types of rides they are. But I wouldn't say I've probably got less than 50 triggers on each one, you know. Maybe the Haunted Mansion's a little bit more. But it's not like I've gone 1,000, 2,000 to kind of lag the game out. So, yeah. And that's the key, Super. It all depends how you do it. If you do a building that has 40,000 pieces, it's just too much for the game to handle. Where if you just strategically kind of, like I always say, have your quadrants, you know where you can go to with your computer. So if you can only build to, like, I don't know, say 100,000 pieces, you know, say you got something like a, I don't know, graphics card, I don't know, 2060 or something like that. You know, that'll be where you're at, about 100,000 pieces. That's where I got to with Funderland, my Super. So, you know, in your quadrants, you'll then have 25,000 pieces to spread, you know, in each quarter of the park of however big you go. And if you kind of live by that and spread it out, you know, you don't have to mentally work it out every single building, but just don't go 10,000 pieces on one building, 20,000 pieces on another, and keep doing that, because it just, you spend too much on those particular buildings and it just lags the game out, unfortunately. But no, this has come out lovely. I'm really enjoying this, so yeah. Yeah, everything in this game is Planet Coaster. That's one other thing I've not done. I haven't done any custom media or custom audio. It's all in-game. Or Theme Maker Toolkit, basically. But yeah, there you go, Sue. You know, we all find our limitations, and myself, I mean, I probably could build, if I did like a 5 coaster park, say 6 flat rides and maybe a single dart ride, I could probably build to 250,000 pieces. And it would work quite nicely and work quite well. But at the same time, I've got to sit there and think, who's actually going to be able to open that and enjoy it? Not many people. So, you know, that's kind of why I do what I do, to make it enjoyable for everybody. So, but that's Pirates Adventure. Little salute to kind of Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess, in kind of all aspects. Oh, sorry guys, moving the screen around. I just love this entrance and exit area for the ride. I think it's just it's perfect, and it does resemble the real thing. It just feels like it, and that's the whole point to the park. Then you come out, and then you got a restaurant on the right and the toilets on the left. And then as you come through here, you got a little game stop, and then you got the train station, railway to Frontierland, even though Frontierland's only around here. But yeah, you got usable toilets in here as well. Train goes across the top here, which looks pretty cool. Is there another one coming? No. And then you come through into the city area to the right, or Frontierland to the left. And I absolutely adore this area, and I think, to be honest, again, this is another area that looks best at night time. So yeah, we'll have a little go on the old crazy mouse. Oh, better do it right, Ryan. Right. So you come through into the Ryberg Theatre. A lover or a hater, Now showing rats. Love or hate it. You either love rats or hate rats. And up here, no cats, just rats. So, you know, the musical, Cats. Anyway. Then you've got the kind of area where you walk up to the level you're on or whatever. Which is actually where the coaster comes down. And as the carriage hits here, it lights up. Just for a second. And then you come through into the backstage area. And away you go. And this seat is actually more entertaining than the other one. So, point to this ride, guys, was I'd seen so many people try and do a city area and build a coaster in it. And the last one I watched, pretty much, I think he did 4 or 5. And every single one of them glitched into a wall or a door or a piece of support or something. And I was kind of like, do you know what? I want to put something in this area that's so tightly knit that you've got to make it perfect. And if you don't make it perfect, it's not going to be right. So this is what I came up with. So there's not a single piece of clipping, as far as I'm aware. Maxi Poo, no need to be like that, but welcome to the channel. Just enjoy them for what they are. I mean, at the end of the day, we all build differently. I mean, when I first started building, I was the same. I'd look at a lot of the videos on Channel 5 and go, crikey, I wish I could build something like that. That's just insane. And even now, there's stuff, when people do like galaxies, they... Don't get me wrong, I know it's just custom media. They just put big screens in and put a picture on it. I get it. But it just... I don't know. I just struggle with stuff like that, really. But when it comes to actually just placing pieces and building things, I just comes second nature, really. And you end up with stuff like this. Just a cool, funky, bright, silly coaster. There we go. And then you come out the back alley, which I think is pretty atmospheric. Gotham City was called. Cool. But yeah, then you have this alley here as well, and I took a good photo earlier actually. It was just about here. It just looks so atmospheric. But the whole coaster is literally my whole thought process behind this was let's just do it right, and that was it, and that's how it came out. And literally, it may look like it clips, but I'm pretty 100% sure it doesn't. You can see how close it was there, and it is there, but it genuinely doesn't clip. But I just wanted to give something. I spent 9 months, 8 to 9 months looking at this area, and it was just a piece of grass with a bit of tarmac going through it. And then I ended up doing this, and it just, yeah, it blows my mind looking at it, to be honest with you. You've got a bit of forced perspective here as well. I've put kind of the big billboard, whatever they're called, up the facades, just to make it feel as though that's further down the street. Just stuck a police car in with some lights. The phone boxes do ring with the sounds of a city area, so that kind of works really well, one at each end. You don't need 100 speakers going through. Yeah, keep your hands and arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times within this park, otherwise we do not accept lawsuits. Then you got Frontierland, and you got this lovely little square, because what I've done is you've got this kind of pirate area going into the western. You then got western going into the city. And then city just literally burned off with 2 trees and a palm tree into the pirate, and it just works. It works really well. And the real nice thing is you don't really notice much of the city here either, which is quite cool. mainly because of the way I've coloured it. I've done it in a light blue, so it kind of matches the sky. It kind of feels in daylight like it's right. Obviously night time's a little bit boredom. But then as you come up into the western area, you've got Mr. Chilled, Cowboy. They're all having a little bit of a party in here. And then you got the main theme tune that goes through the area. And this is just all for scenery, so this is just a facade to cover off the city as much as I could. I didn't want to go too high because it didn't look real. But there's a view here that's pretty neat, which is this one pretty much. Just there. So you've got Big Thunder coming onto the island now, so it'll come round just here. And then as it comes round, it'll come round here now actually. There you go. Over the bridge. Down the dip. Bit like Disneyland Paris where it goes through the water. So the whole idea behind this coaster was I didn't want to have another water ride this side, so for Splash Mountain, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go crazy with Big Thunder. And what I wanted to do was have it on the island, but I very quickly realised when you put a station on the island, it's very hard to make it look real because the way the paving's done. So you either have to go underneath with the paving, or you do what I've done, which is you put the main station on the mainland and have half the ride there and half the ride on the island, and it kind of works out quite well. At the same time, we got a hyper jump just in the middle of the screen there, just going up and down, and then we also have the boats, just the adventure boats, doing a little tour around the lake, because obviously the steamboat is a fixed item. So it's just got such a great vibe again. Little shop area. None of this is usable. This is all just a facade. And then as you come down the back here, you've got kind of your western street where your shops and everything are basically. Yeah. Undertakers for the first aid. Bit of a contradiction, but anyway. And then as you come up the side of the jail, you then got these good views across the lake. You get to see the Haunted Mansion, just like in real life at Florida, next to the steamboat station. And then as we come through, we then have Big Thunder. And then you got the train that goes through the centre again, just like the other areas, apart from obviously a little bit off-centre to the pirate area. It just goes through. You got the shop tower, you got the trains going through. There's just so much going on, even though it's totally different to the last park. There you go, there's Big Thunder. And then you'll see Big Thunder, yep, go through in the background again. Yeah, it just feels pretty epic, guys. And I can't believe finally after 15, 16 months we've finally got there. But I want to thank you all for your time and your likes and your support and continually watching. And look, we've got the train just going out now. Train coming through in the background. So much going on. I love it. Just having an auto-save moment, guys. Apologies. And there comes the train again. And then you get some great views down into the station as you walk round. And we just got clobber everywhere. Just to kind of detail it up, some shelves and bits, made it look a bit like a workshop. But it's the views you get out as well. I mean, with the castle. Just, yeah, looks so good. And then as we come down, again, you get some pretty cool views of this. Look, if I was a bit higher. I just love how when it comes into the station it looks so good. Pretty much doing a whole nighttime review of the park. How interesting is that? Shows that I prefer that then. Where's the train? It's very strange. Here it comes. I love the look of this. It's awesome. That's so good. Right. So, this is a tricky one, guys. So I always go car 5, seat 1. Because the view behind the train is a nightmare. And track view, you don't really get a good sensation for all the scenery. So you have to kind of go with the rear seat. But like I was saying, this was based on a few of the Thunder Mountains, I guess, kind of up and down. Paris mainly for the island, and California and Florida for this part. So yeah. Toot toot. Toot toot. Love it. Look at that. Trains coming out as well at the same time. Oh, dearie me. And I say there's no interactions like Funderland Adventure Valley, eh? I guess there's not in respect of coasters, but interactions with other objects are pretty cool. Yeah, that's the only downside. The funny thing was, I've got it working on my ultra widescreen, which is 4K. And when you put it in the front seat and do it on that, it's quite interesting. You get to see a lot more. I can't record in ultra wide for you guys because the picture won't look right. There we go, guys. That's Big Thunder Mountain. Excuse me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. So I'll tell you what we'll actually do is we'll go to daylight, and we'll just go for a little trip around on the old boat ride just to catch the views. There we go. So it's all fully themed, literally. So you got a train station here. It is a very big ride. I enjoyed making that. It's just been a pain in the backside doing all the rock work. So we got the boat ride, which is just done as kind of like a transport kind of area, I guess, more than anything. And instead of making this into a big box like we always do, I just used the pieces to cover up the railing the best I could, to make it look like it's a stocked area. So yeah. We'll just have a little mosey on this. I don't know what's the best view. You get some very good views from it. Magic Big Thunder was coming around there now. Where is it? There it comes. It'll come around there any minute, guys. There we go. How cool is this view? What I should have done was that, shouldn't I? Anyway, that's the boat ride. And then as you come around the back here, got a water tower kind of for the, what should we call it, trains. A water tank with some slightly higher than normal lilies, damn it. Toilets again. And then you come back out through into the main section. And then one ride I missed to mention is Mineshaft, which does look better at night time, I must admit. Just the actual shaft itself. So as we come down, come into a pure mineshaft. And it just feels cool. Then the train comes through. There you go. Little bit of an interaction again. Just like I keep saying, just these little interactions just make it feel a little bit more like Adventure Valley, really. There we go. That's the first bit I've seen. That's annoying. I'm going to have to I could update it in this stream actually, and then just update the blueprint. So, but yeah, you get some cracking views from here, and it does feel like you're in a mine shaft, which is pretty cool. You get the train. But yeah, that's pretty cool from here. But the thing I like about this ride isn't actually the ride; it's the exit way. I just love the feel of this exit way. I don't know why. Just the way I've done little highlights, everything's at angles, it just feels very Western. Yeah, I just love it. Again, there's thunder. So that's a cool ride. So we'll head round to the Haunted Mansion now, which is back round the promenade. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go down the bottom here, so we don't get in anybody's way. I love the look of these buildings. I just think they're beautiful. And then you come into Fantasyland, which has the Haunted Mansion, just like real life. It's not the same, but it's similar, just like everything. But it's just the vibe that you get from this ride. I love it. Train in the background again, looks a bit like Ghost Train. That's pretty cool. And then we just got a little highlight to a little bit of the theme on the ride. And then you come through the walkway slash library slash living room slash whatever you want to call it, into the stairwell, which do have the lightning in the top there just to resemble a little bit of the Haunted Mansion. But these are all usable steps, so this is actually a queue line, guys. I just put little table lamps in. There's a little light in there, believe it or not, just to give this light off, just to make it look different to the others. And I've done that on all of them. And it just again lifts the area. And then as we come through, here lies Sir Funderland, his final mega build, #Funderland. So, I'm going to keep quiet on this one, guys. Enjoy. Hey Phantom, how you doing, man? We're halfway around the park. Still got loads to do. So, but just going to show you around this. So there you go, guys. That's the Haunted Mansion. My version. So it feels spooky. It does the job. I know there's not a huge storyline to it, but it's kind of the best I could kind of come up with, just the way I am. But I think it's more to do with the feeling of everything, the way everything feels. It feels very, very dark and haunted and spooky, and it kind of just sets that vibe. We've got toilets and a staff room here. Then you come back out into the main area and into Fantasyland. So we will just put it back into day for you. There we go. So we have this building here. There's nothing in it apart from the toilets and a little seating area just here. So that's all that's in that building. That there is just pure material eye candy in a way. Then we have the first speed build I did of the shops, which is all here. Don't think I've amended them. I think I may have sunk this wall back a bit, this one, but that was it. Which has toilets and non-food shops. So this is kind of your gift shop area, I guess. And then you have your food shops just under here. And then we have 3 rides. We have the main carousel, just for the nostalgic reasons, really. And then we have a flyer in there. And we have a rocktopus in here, which actually does go around and doesn't clip, and is, yeah, pretty cool. It's not the most detailed looking, but does the job. Actually, I'll tell you what, I might as well do these things, didn't I? That piece is barely needed. Not the line cooler. So anything behind that can go. To go. There we go. A couple of pieces saved. A couple more maybe. Delete. 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 There we go. Okay. Now I just need to right. Okay. Where were we? So yes, this building. There we went. We were in the Rocktopus, weren't we? You'd be surprised, Sam. You'd be very surprised, sir. 10 pieces here, 10 pieces there, 10 pieces elsewhere. It does make a difference, dude. It does. So at least that's that done. So that's all tidy now. So yeah, we got Rocktopus and Free Flyer. The only reason being is at night time when all 3 of them are going, which they're not. That looks pretty cool. We were 2 anyway. But that was the only reason why I have those 2 rides in there at the same time. Just to give it when that starts moving. Just to give it a little bit more of a vibe as you walk through the area. You know, you've got lights going off everywhere. kind of feels pretty cool. And as you walk around here, you got it all in the background. So again, it's just adding that little bit more kind of noise, I guess, to the area. But then you come through to the back of the castle, which basically toilets to the left, toilets to the right, hotel to the right, restaurant to the left, and then just a few shops, gift shops, water shops, sweets and stuff like that more than anything. And a coffee, a few chairs around. Oh, and you got the domed area, which is just in the center here as well. Which stays the same kind of purple. So the really cool thing I love about the castle is that I've managed not to get any light bleed into the interior when the castle changes colour at night time. So that there's none of that coming into here, which is really cool. And I love the lighting. I think lighting came out really well. And then you get this epic view of kind of what it feels like walking out into the Magic Kingdom in Florida to a degree. With the sword in the stone, just there, with the carousel, and then you kind of have the Bavarian style fantasy lodges, etc. behind. Obviously, you normally have a small world over there, but I didn't go to that length with the park. And then in here, you just kind of got the restaurant area, really. And then as you come around to the right, you have what is vaguely kind of similar to Bell and Beast Castle, which is a restaurant. So you walk up this kind of area. It just feels cool. I like this. A couple of different style chandeliers. So as you walk into the main foyer, you have this one. And then as you come through down the stairs, and this is all usable. All the peeps do come down here. You just got this nicely lit waiting area for the restaurant, basically. Toilets to the left and the right, and then staff rooms in this side and the other side. So it's fully equipped if someone wanted to do a scenario in respect of, you know, turning guests' happiness on and all that kind of stuff. And then here we have the swinging mine train, which is fully themed, fully done. Works both in day and night. But just before we go in now, I'll just do the right hand side of Fantasyland. So you then got this kind of Bavarian building here as well, which is very similar to real life. And then this is nearly identical, which I was quite intrigued how I did that. But basically the pieces kind of came to suit the actual look of the building. So that's very, very similar to real life, that. And again, you're just getting the castle peeped through in the background. I love it. Then we've got Swift Drifters here. We've got some crazy workmen for some reason. Which basically is just themed to going around the dining room table, basically. We've used upside down drain covers, the manhole covers, and turned them off. Made them stationary to make them look a little bit like plates. Does the job. And then we'll get to the teacups in just a minute. But yeah, this ride is pretty cool. Does the job. I just love how it's themed. I think it's come out really well. The swinging mine train. Simple, really. As you come through here, I put the English countryside speakers in the background. So you kind of get the tweets of birds and stuff. As well as the... Sorry, excuse me, guys. The low soundtrack to it as you get closer to the station. But it's just really cool. There's coasters. Normally get them come around. Typical. There's one. Goes. So a little bit of everything this coaster, a bit of a hang-in, a bit of a swinger, a bit of a ground hugger. But we will... There you go, guys. That's daytime. This is nighttime. I just love it. I think it's an awesome little coaster. But again, it's just fully themed, guys. That's all I've done. They're not the best coasters, but the theming ties it all together. So what we'll do, we'll just head back on ourselves here a tad. So we'll just head down the back here. We've got a magic twirl. It's to coincide really with the castle, really, just to give it a little bit more of a fantasy feel. And it gives some views. Open it up. 5, 30. Shame you can't control these. But you're going to tell me you probably can now, but I don't think you can. It's just a space filler. It's kind of all this was really. Just to coincide with the castle, just to give it a little bit more of a floor plan to a point. Then you come through the break point of this bridge into the semi-medieval area. I think I'll keep both these coasters in nighttime. But we have dueling dragons, and as you can see there, the dragons blow flames when they go through certain elements of the coaster. A bit like Diagon Alley in Universal Studios. But we'll go blue first, so fully themed with the Ruin Theme Maker Toolkit and castle pieces, so it kind of blends well together. And you get some great views as the coasters go round. I've only got 2 going round at the minute, purely because when we have 3 they stay on the block section for about 10 seconds. So and then finally finished off this floor the other night, so that makes it feel a lot better than it did. Coming through here, and again you get some great views as the coasters leave the station. They're going through the things. There you go. Where's Big Red? Coming up through here. There we go. And then blue will be coming over here. There you go. And then I did trellis work up here. Only reason being is because when the coaster goes through the flip, if anyone's walking through here, you kind of get to see it, which is pretty cool. I've guarded off where it's a little bit close to the coaster, just to give it that kind of more realistic feel. And that's the same in the station, just where the guarding is, just to cover the inversion to the main main, what do you call it? Main dual aspects, I guess. So we'll just go back a car. No, I have got 3. That's interesting. There's half the coaster is supports on this one. Yeah, half of them. I'll show you when we come off Super. But 90% of it is in-game supports on pretty much all the coasters. To be well, no, actually, I can't say that. Yeah, I can say that. But only where I've needed to use them. But this is all about the theming again. And again, it just playing tricks with the lights. I mean, you just got to imagine you're a dragon now, guys. Flying through a ruined city that you did. Simple. So yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Super. I only do what's needed, you know, where tracks overlap like the station, and you can't have the standard stuff in because it can't lay it because of all the paving and everything. So I think on these 2 coasters, this whole section in the middle here, pretty much everything off here and here, and a little bit down the back here, you can kind of see where I've done it. They're just kind of like these L-shaped supports instead of these A-frame kind of things. But you don't notice the difference. It doesn't look that different, and it does the job just right. So we'll jump down to the queue line here in red, but you see red go all the way through. There's a really cool viewpoint. There you go, there's red. Blue. And blue goes round the fired tower and back down, and then big red comes back on the scene into a loop through the corridor around this invert, or whatever you want to call it, helix, back into the station. And again, just all this kind of destroyed look, basically, slash wood kind of feel to it. It's kind of the route we've gone with both these. And we'll just go from here. I hope you enjoy, guys. So yeah, there you go. A couple of cool coasters. Do a job perfectly, really. And it's just the vibe of the area again, just having that run down. I guess it's taking the Crazy Mouse from Funderland and going that one step further in respect of its footprint. But going that one step further in its immersion as well, in respect of it being a ruined kind of castle style look. Just, I don't know, there's something about it. It's just cool. And then you've also got the train station up at top here. So that's all in there as well. So you've got 2 coasters and a train station in there. And then as we come down here, we come into this lovely little area here called Little Dragon. Which I love the building to this. I think just the look of it, the lighting, it just feels great. And here it goes over the train. Train going through the middle. Excuse me. So cool. But have a little go on Little Dragon. I think we'll go daylight for this one, I think, probably. And we're pretty much there. Don't know why there was no music. My apologies. Let's do a nighttime view then. Hopefully have some music. There we go. Better. There you go, guys. A little bit better with some music. Where are we? So, I'll tell you what. Let's go back to daylight. 100th time lucky, flicking between menus there. Then we have this lovely kind of teacups here. The roof was borrowed from a blueprint from a gentleman called Yu. But when you see the blueprint, it's a fully Halloween special, so everything's orange and black and so forth. I only borrowed the roof. That was it. Everything else down below has been done by me. Just one of those little things that I couldn't quite figure out myself, and I wanted something kind of really, really nice, and that just, it just sets that apart. It really does work really well with this Theme Maker Toolkit item just here. Then as you come over, you've got a kind of little souvenir shop just here. Hats, souvenirs and balloons. Little character meet and greet again with the princess. You kind of have that in real life, but it's further up the castle. But just with the way that the paving is, it was easier to do it here. Then we have Sunny Eclipse's Starlight Cafe. If you know of this kind of cafe, it's a little bit similar. It's nothing the same. apart from Sunny the Eclipse, really. There you go. And it's basically a burger restaurant. Not self-service, but quick service. And I used to come and sit pretty much about here and enjoy the view of the castle, watching everybody walk across the bridge. Yeah. Cool little snippet there of the real thing. Then as we come out, we then have the Speedway, which no one is queuing for, so I can't really show you it. But just outside, I've put the noise of cars going by, if you can hear it. Which is kind of true to real life. But the queue line to this is pretty much identical, apart from the fact that we don't have the third down piece, because obviously if I put that down the middle here, the carts are going to glitch with it. So you got some similarities again to real life. You got the curved banking like they have at Magic Kingdom. And I think it's this view from about here is pretty epic. Looks pretty real, that. The bridge is very similar to real life, just modelled it off the same kind of design. And then I've just gone with my own kind of feel around here. I haven't copied anything. And just put the train running through it now. Come over the bridge. And then as you come through, you get to see everything, which is pretty cool. Mine train, swinging mine train there, going off the lift hill. Teacups going round. And then that's a pretty epic view with Space Mountain. I think it's... I can't remember where it is now. I think it's just up a bit. About there. Looks pretty real to real life. And then as we come through into the last area of the park, guys. Can't believe how quick we got around this. Where are we? Hour and 23. With me muffing about sometimes. So what I have done is I've put signs up saying this area is best at night time, which it is, to be fair, purely because of the way that the theme has been done. So this feels very, very similar to... Hey Ben, how you doing, stranger? You good? Hope you're well, man. We've finished up the part now. We're just tidying up a couple of pieces and doing a full walkthrough. You're pretty much in the last section now, unfortunately, fella. But I just put like this door in the other day. It just looks like it's a door to get in the back there now. So all trimmed up. This is a gift shop in real life, but it's more of an octagon kind of style. But I didn't have the room with how I did the Starlight Cafe to have that, so I just did a flat fronted shop and just made it my own, really. So launch pad up top is the crazy flyers, or whatever you want to call them. The only reason being is they're the only kind of thing that would work to look right in that perspective against Space Mountain in the background. So that's kind of why I went with it. And to get this light effect going circular all the way around here, all I did was I used the emergency light and just changed the colours of them. You see I've got a bit of red, bit of green, bit of blue, bit of white, bit of pink. And then all I did here, underneath here, was just put up lights. So when they swing out, the up light's about here. So when they swing out, they go through the different colours. And it's all static stuff. You know, nothing crazy, but it's just using that lighting to make it look like it's all moving. And it works well. You got shops underneath it, like in real life. You don't have the people mover going around it purely because of the size of the area. If I'd have put the people mover around here, it would have been too close. In hindsight, I could have done it if I hadn't put this outer on, but then the issue I had was the queue and the exit. How do you do that if you've got the people mover going around? So again, is what it is. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll go on gravity first, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what that's all about. Gravity basically is just a cyclola. And it's in the dark in space, so it feels like you're going through space. Did it the best I could with the pieces that we have, but it kind of works quite well. And now we're going to have to wait a minute. But it kind of works well. You get to see the planets zooming by as you're spinning, and in some respects, there you go, perfect one. And in some respects it does feel a bit like the film Gravity, where she's spinning, you know. I tried to cover everything up the best I could, guys, so it's just a filler ride, but it's a nice filler ride. Actually looks better from off-ride than it does on. But it's a cool looking ride. That's the entrance, that's the exit, Ryan. Won't be doing a Johnny. Then we have, I guess we'll do Astro Blasters first, actually. So Astro Blasters is loosely modelled off Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, obviously, but nothing like it, just done in the Planko fashion with some good lighting and some good builds. Oh, look at these guys. They're all sci-fi'd up. So I'll tell you what we will do. Let's actually do it, guys. Let's see what we get, eh? This looks a lot better in here now. So just a warm-up room there, guys. And then a cool-down room. Let the mayhem begin. Ah! Damn it. Oh, I'm no good. Oh, why didn't that one work? Too slow. Too slow. It can be done. They all can be done. I've done it before. And then a cooldown room. And then a crazy room. And then just a quick fire room. So this one's good. This is fun, this. If you're not slow like me. It's a bit crazy, that bit, must admit. Because the car's moving. And then we just come into where the queue line is and the end of the ride. It's just a cool little shooter, you know. It's tough. I'm sure I got that one then. Yeah, I think I got 7,600 or something was my highest score of all time. Real quick. 7465. There you go. But yeah, good little fun. As I say, it is just a little bit of fun. And along with some good theming there. Then we have the People Mover, which again, fully themed queue line. Up the stairs. Into the station, guys. I love that ride. I love Astro Blasters, Buzz Lightyears. I love it. Absolutely love it. Always have. But I just... The whole point to the People Mover was just really to give it that feel, if you know what I mean. It's there in the real thing, so why not? It's in the game, why not use it? And it looks pretty damn good in respect of how the canopy is and everything, and how that you can use that to go into the actual hoarding I've used already. It just works really well. And again, because it's very similar to real life, you're getting these views that are similar to real life as well. And I've kind of nailed the perspective on everything, which I don't mean to gloat about. It just feels really good. Like the perspective of Space Mountain there. It's a huge building, but it looks like it's quite a way away, which is how it's meant to. There's some great views up here as well. with the go-karts when they're going around. Someone is going around on them, but I don't know where they are. Going around the last corner, I think. Oh no, there with the train. But then you get this come out, we go in. And then we see this insane piece of coaster we designed yesterday. There you go. I don't mean to gloat. All I mean is I just love how it's all come out. You know, because like I always say, there's one thing I never do is plan. I never plan anything I build. I just have a thought and I work it and I see if it works and just make it work from there. A bit like we did with the Starfield yesterday on this coaster. And just put a few planets in there with a few lights. You're flying through the galaxy. You know, it's as simple as that. And it just works, I think. And having this up top with the red lights going around the top as you go around on the coaster, you get glimpses of it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty much done. The park will be live by the weekend, hopefully, once I get all the videos together and everything POV'd and done for it all. We'll be all good to go. It just looks so good, you know, and it looks... People are saying it looks like a recreation. The thing that's lovely is that it's genuinely not. It's just got the vibe as if you are at a Disney park, which is all I intended to do once I'd built that castle about 12 months ago. And I'm just happy that we can still do the whole Planko fashion, but still have that vibe. Because you don't get that in many parks that you see on Planet Coaster. And it just works. Like in here, just with the Starfield ceiling. It just kind of gives it another level. It's not much. It's quite bland. But it just gives it a nice feel, you know. And the whole blandness to the walls and everything, that's because it is very much like that in the Magic Kingdom. What I did want to do was do like wavy patterns and stuff. But you're looking double the piece count then. So, the only other ride to go on is Launchpad. So we'll have a little spin on Launchpad, get a bit dizzy, or get prepared for Space Mountain, should we say. So as you come up, there you go, perfect timing, guys. What is going on? There we go. It kind of feels like you're up there, looking down on Tomorrowland, if you know what I mean. You don't obviously spin upside down, but a whole new perspective. But it does the job. You see what I mean by the colours on the planes just coming through as we're finally on the full stretch of the arm now. It just gives them a good look when you're looking up at them from down below. Whoa! You got the castle popping in every now and then. Yeah, not the best flat ride, but... So then we had to do this huge kind of structure here. Purely because the paving obviously is 4 meters wide. So that was the downside to that, was that you had to have this massive monstrosity here. So it was trying to hide that the best I could. So here we go, guys. The last ride of the walk, apart from one more after, which we will end with the train. So as we come into Space Mountain, we have a little bit of a U-turn. We then have a little look out to space. You kind of got that forced perspective as you walk along. You got Mars, and then as you come down to the section that goes down, you then have this view out across the coaster as you literally go through. So if you sit here long enough, there's normally 3 or 4 carriages going around. It's not even open. Just keep them going around. You'll see what I mean, guys. You see what I mean by the people mover at the top of the screen? Just get those little red lights going around. There you go. We've got a few going around now. Here's one. There you go. Here comes one. And the cool thing is now you kind of get to see them going around with these star fields in. Plus with the extra lighting that we put on there with the, again, the emergency light. Just lighting flashes of them as they go round. It's really cool. I think that's turned out well. I think that's come out quite nice. See all the planets: Saturn, Earth, Sun, Mars, Pluto. Not Pluto, Jupiter. Just looks cool. I like it. And then we come down to this great station that I absolutely adore. And we'll go for a ride, guys. On JJ's coaster. So I think I'll put it in. We'll put it in track view. There we go, guys. So there we go, guys. that is Space Mountain. Right. And then we have this queue line, which again is just minimally themed, but just enough in it just to give it that little bit of detail. Not make it too boring. Well, I hope it works, MP. I think that view as you come into the station looks pretty cool. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is you get a bit more of a perspective now on the ride instead of it just being completely in the dark. But there you go, guys. There is the castle, all lit up in white. I think that changes to pink or red or purple. I can't remember now. Purple. There you go. And that does that continuously all day, every day. Then we have Main Street at night time for you guys. So, yeah. You can see the train just going through. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop on the train now. Go for a little spin, just show you the views from the train. And then we'll pretty much finish the stream up, guys. We're... Damn it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that one. This one. Car 4. 21. There you go. 22 actually, I think. So this is just coming into the main station now, guys. So again, you get some great views, as we're saying. How cool was that? So you see a little bit of everything from the train, basically. The river rapids here. But then it's completely themed, a little bit of car park, just to kind of give that realism look. I know it's not a car park in real life, but anyway. I love how it's come out super. I've tried my hardest to make it as polished, as neat, and as, I wouldn't say as real to real life as possible, but what I mean by it is stuff like the lighting. Doing as much down lighting as possible instead of up lighting, and that just transforms the way the part looks, you know. And it just works so well. Like Space Mountain just popping over in the background and everything. But then, as I was saying with the train, it's not fully polished because it goes behind the scenes. So you're going to see behind some of the buildings, and obviously this is the back of the city. But you get some great views into the pirate area. With the coaster going through at the same time, you know. I just tried to nail everything from every perspective. That's what I've tried to do. And I don't mean nail in a way of being the best ever. All I mean is if you just cover everything that the eye can see, it just makes the park look so much better. And if you do little things like this, where the train incorporates itself into other areas, it adds more detail to that area, let alone the train. You don't have to theme so much, you know? And this was right back at the start of the stream, this, where you got the coaster and the water ride going through. Just missed it, unfortunately. But then all I've done in here is just put some... And to be honest with you, I could actually save a load of pieces here, I think. Just pause it a second. Just wanna check something. Because if I've done what I think I've done, which I have done, I can save all these pieces. Do you see it in daylight? Yeah, you're going to see it from here, aren't you? So I'm going to have to... Okay, forget that. We'll have to keep that. No, it's been an absolute pleasure, MP. And obviously I appreciate your Patreon as well. It's genuinely appreciated. Along with Scarlett. Helping support the channel. No worries, dude. Have a good sleep. But then as you come through into... I was going to call it Westworld then. That was Adventure Valley. Frontierland. You're met with this lovely scenery, views, colours, things going on, you know, all the time. And there's an epic view in a minute, so I'm hoping we timed the train correctly onto the island. It looks amazing. It's like the station, it's just clean, you know. There's enough woodwork in there to give it enough detail. It doesn't need any more, just a couple of barriers to stop them getting to the train and stuff. So this is the view I was talking about. So if I just angle it like that. This is epic. I'll show you at the end, super. But just the view as the castle comes in, trains going through, there you go. Steamboat. To the left side we do have a train depot kind of thing going on there. But this view is just insane. And then when Big Thunder comes into the background, it just looks like one huge complete area. But there's an even better view about to come up in a second. Not going to get Big Thunder, but it's here. Just here. Look at that view, guys. It's just insane. No worries, Benji. Oh, that's the part done, mate. So, yeah. And just here as well. It just feels real. It feels insane. And I can't wait for you guys, well, hopefully you guys to enjoy it. But all through here is just, I kind of wanted to keep it dark behind here because I kind of wanted to make it look a bit like a ghost train when you're queuing up for the ride. It's just this ghostly, dim lit train going up in the background. It just goes through a little bit of a long tunnel because of the way the terrain is. And then we take a little right turn. And come out where the magical twirl is. And again, it just adds to the overall look of the park. I mean, that view there with the castle in the background looks pretty insane. And then to the left, if you're sat over there, you can watch the coasters go round, you know, there you go. It does keep giving. It's not the entire map, no. And reason being is because of the way the game performs. The further you spread things out, the worse the game gets, unfortunately. But this is pretty epic viewing through here as well. In day and night mode, to be fair. There's a little dragon. 2 seconds. Let's just do day mode. Shadows set. It just looks so good. And then to the guys that have been watching the last few streams, you knew what was left to do, which was the left side of the train as we come around here. So basically the right side is just the hoarding to cover up Space Mountain. And then all I've done is literally a few rocks, a few trees and a few bushes and some upside down bamboo to look like reeds. Don't worry, there's going to be some good videos coming soon, David. Sorry, Philip. I'm working on some 4K videos. I'm just trying... The issue I have, I can record in 4K, either ultra-wide or 16:9, but the issue I'm having is actually being able to put the videos together at the moment. They won't allow me to put it into 4K. Which is a bit of a pain because when I actually put the game onto the ultra widescreen, it's 100 megahertz. Believe it or not, I don't know if anyone knows this, but it actually increased the FPS by 4 to 6 frames a second. It made it better, quicker. Now, bearing in mind this is lagging at 1080p, where it is at the minute. It lags now. So where now I'm getting 22, 23 frames, I'll be getting about 28 in 4K, which I don't understand. So the only thing I can put it down to that's totally different is the fact that these screens are 75 hertz on the 1080p, where with the 4K one it's 100. So I can only put it down to the way that the screens work as well. But that's the end of the park, guys. I kind of went round at eye level, Chris. So I will be doing a video of, how can I put it, a guest walking around the park, going to every single ride. Well, every major ride anyway. I'll be putting that together over the next few days. And that will consist of probably just a day and night mode, subject to where we are in the park. But all I literally did with this area was just this, guys. Just stuck some more trees in the ground to make them look like bushes, stuck a few bits of bamboo, a few lily pads in, just gave it a bit of an effect, and it just tied that area in. I think that was less than 40-50 pieces to do that. So that finished that off. Space Mountain is now all done. We've just tidied up those 2 little bits we've noticed, so I just got to save the park and amend the blueprint slightly. And then I've got to work on these videos tomorrow to try and get these 4K ones out to you. So once they are completed, the park is all yours, guys. Okay. So I just got to get some videos done over the next couple of days, and then the park's going to be live for everybody to enjoy. So if you start seeing POV videos come up, that's not because the park's ready. It'll be when I do the peep walk around in 4K. Okay, so I'll try my best in doing it in 4K for you. I'm happy that now that I can get the game to run on that screen, that I'm getting better FPS, which doesn't make sense to me. It just really doesn't. I can only put it down to the refresh rate of the megahertz of the screen. But it's an absolute pleasure, Super. I just want to thank you, everybody. Thank everybody, basically, because if it wasn't for you guys continually watch me drone on and be bored and procrastinate over an area for 2 hours, and then we only put about 10 pieces down over the last few live streams, etc. I really appreciate your time, guys, because I know it's not the most entertaining, but at the end of the day, we ended up building something quite special here. You know, I think this will go down in Planko history, I think. I know Funderland Adventure Valley probably is already, but no, the funny thing is, Philip, I'm running it at the moment on a 1080p screen with a 75 megahertz refresh rate. It's got a 1 millisecond refresh rate, should I say, but 75 megahertz. Now, when I put it on my ultra wide screen, which is 4K, I can play it in 100 megahertz, but I'm getting 3 to 5 frames a second more on the 4K setup. So how does that work? The game's bugging out on the 1080, but I put it on the 4K and I'm getting better frames. It doesn't make sense. So it's annoying I don't have a 4K 16:9 screen, to be honest with you, because it'd be lovely to be able to stream it in 4K and everything. But the problem is my 4K screen is my sim racing screen, so it's kind of over the other side of the room. But what I'm going to do over the next few days is just put a load of videos together to schedule to come out, which will basically be the highest ratio screen format I can get them in the best frames per second, and out to you guys. So going back a step, again, thank you to everybody that has joined me on this journey building this park, because genuinely it's something that only started off with this Harry Potter / Alpine / whatever you want to call it station / entrance with this diamond area and walkway and a car park. That was it. That was all it started out with. I had no intention of building anything Disney, and the way it came about, at the time there was a number of people building Disney castles. I think there was a competition on or something, and I was looking at them and I was thinking none of them feel right. They're all out of proportion in some way, in my eyes. Not saying they were bad, I'm just saying in my eyes. And I thought to myself, well, do you know what, let's just bung a main street in. So I built something quite big, out the biggest pieces I could use, etc. And it sat there for 9 months. And then we ended up building the lake in front of the castle, and then the castle came about, and then it went into a full-blown Disney-style park. So that's how the park came about, guys. Every single one of you that has watched all the streams, I know Phantom, you have pretty much watched every single one, sir. So I really, really appreciate your time, along with Scarlett's and everybody else that's joined, and Dan's theme park. So, guys, thank you again. I'm going to end the stream now. There's not much else to say. If you've got any questions or anything like that, fire them away now, and I'll wait 30 seconds just in case any of you do, and I'll answer them, no problem, because I know Philip, you're new to the channel, mate. Welcome. But yeah, that's the park, guys. I hope that was a good description, a good walkthrough, and a good ride of everything. So yeah, pleasure, Phantom. It's always a pleasure entertaining you, my man. B-day, B-day. B-day. And even Marley's come to say goodbye. You gonna say bye, Marley? What do you do? You coming up? Up. No? Grumpy git. Right then, guys. I guess there's no questions. So I will be not live. Well, I'm going to be live racing over the next couple of days because we're at Silverstone and it's a track I know like the back better than the back of my hand. So we should have some very good fun. Hey Peter, thank you for joining, mate. Not sure if you've been watching, but thank you, sir. So we're going to have some racing over the next few days just whilst I'm sorting out these videos. And yeah, I hope to have it. What is today? I don't even know what today is. Is it Monday? No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. There you go. Shows how long I've been off work. I've been off work a week and a half. What was I going to say? So hopefully by Friday / Saturday, the park will be live on Steam for everybody to enjoy. Okay. So guys, thank you again for everything. Support, your time, your likes. And the only thing, as I always say, that I only ever ask of you, please do give the like button a little click if that's okay with you. It's completely free. And if you've enjoyed the park coming to life over the last 15 months, please do. It's appreciated, guys. Anyway, I wish you all a very good morning, day, afternoon, evening, sleep, wherever you are in the world, guys. Phantom, have a very safe journey home, my friend. I'll catch you very soon. Super, thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. Peter, Philip, Chris, Benji, MP, everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll catch you all very soon, guys. Happy coastering all. That's me signing off from Funderland Magic Kingdom. See you guys. Bye-bye.